In the vast silence of the Finnish winter, where snow devours sound, and the forest holds its breath, one man lay still, his rifle an extension of his will, his patience sharper than steel. They called him the White Death, but history remembers his true name, Simo Häyhä. Welcome, wanderers of memory, to Fata Morgana. Today we unravel the life and legend of Simo Häyhä, a farmer, a soldier, and one of the deadliest snipers in recorded history. His story lies not only in frozen trenches and battlefields, but also in the uneasy questions of war, survival, and the shadow a single man can cast on history. The tale begins with Finland, a small northern nation, caught in the storm of great powers. On November 30, 1939, the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin invaded Finland. The world expected a swift victory. After all, the Red Army numbered millions, while Finland had barely a fraction of its strength. But the Finns knew their land, their forests, their snow, and they fought with a desperate ferocity. The conflict became known as the Winter War, lasting 105 days. It was in this crucible that Simo Häyhä emerged. Simo Häyhä was born in 1905 in the small farming village of Rautjärvi, near the Russian border. A quiet man, standing just over 5 feet tall, with a reputation for humility and hard work. He was not a career soldier. He was a farmer, a hunter, and a member of the Finnish Civil Guard, where he trained in marksmanship long before the war. His weapon of choice? The M2830 rifle, a Finnish variant of the Mosin Nagant. Iron sights only, no scope. Häyhä believed scope reflected sunlight and exposed a sniper's position. Precision and invisibility were his creed. In less than 100 days, he recorded over 500 confirmed kills. Some estimates suggest the real number may have reached over 700. The Soviets called him Zlая Smert, the White Death, but Simo remained simply Simuna to his comrades. What made Häyhä so lethal? It wasn't only skill, it was adaptation. He wore all white camouflage, blending perfectly into the snow. He packed snow into his mouth to prevent warm breath from betraying his position. He compacted snow in front of his rifle to prevent the blast from stirring powder into the air. He worked alone in freezing conditions, waiting for hours in stillness. He turned the brutal Finnish winter into an ally. The same cold that killed Soviet soldiers became his shield. The Soviet Union responded by counter-snipers and artillery bombardments targeting him specifically. Yet he survived until March 6, 1940, when he was struck in the face by an explosive bullet. His jaw was destroyed and he fell into a coma. Miraculously, he awoke on the day peace was declared, March 13, 1940. Finland, though scarred, remained independent. Here lies the tension. Was Simo Häyhä a hero, or something more troubling? To many Finns, he embodied resilience, a farmer who became a symbol of national defense against impossible odds. His record inspired pride, courage, and the mythology of Sisu, the Finnish concept of relentless determination. To others, his story raises uneasy questions. How do we measure a man whose fame is built on death? Is the White Death a hero, or a grim reminder of the dehumanization war demands? The numbers, 500 lives taken, are both awe-inspiring and chilling. It reminds us that legends of war often mask the human cost beneath them. The Winter War shocked the world. The Soviet Union's poor performance embarrassed Stalin and influenced Hitler's belief that the Red Army was weak. A miscalculation that led to Operation Barbarossa in 1941. Finland, though losing territory, gained international respect for its defense. And Simo Häyhä became a symbol not just for Finland, but for the strange power of individual influence in modern war. In later life, Simo avoided fame. He retired to farming, raised hunting dogs, and lived quietly until his death in 2002, at the age of 96. He rarely spoke of his war years. When asked if he regretted his actions, he reportedly replied, "I only did my duty and what I was told to do, as well as I could." Häyhä's story touches upon wider themes. For example, national identity. For Finland, the White Death embodied sisu, resilience, endurance, and unyielding will. His legend helped fortify a nation's sense of survival against giants. The morality of sniping. In military ethics, snipers walk a blurred line, celebrated as protectors, feared as silent executioners. Häyhä's record intensifies this moral debate. The silence of veterans is also another point. Like many soldiers, Häyhä retreated into quietude, refusing to glorify his deeds. His silence speaks volumes about the burden of memory. Not all historians agree on the numbers. Some argue Soviet record-keeping and Finnish wartime propaganda may have inflated his kills to boost morale. Others question whether making legends of snipers risks glamorizing violence. Similar debates surround Vasily Zaitsev of Stalingrad or Chris Kyle, the American sniper of modern fame. War always leaves us wrestling with myth versus truth. But myths matter because they shape identity, pride, and fear. So what can we learn from Simo Häyhä's life? Number one, adaptation is survival. He turned his environment, snow, silence, hardship, into allies. Nations and individuals alike must adapt to endure. Next, legends are double-edged. Heroes inspire, but they also obscure the costs of war. History demands both admiration and reflection. And finally, technology and the future of war. Häyhä fought with iron sights and instinct. Today, drones, satellites, and AI-guided rifles transform the battlefield. Yet the principle remains. In war, the individual still shapes destiny. Looking forward, as warfare becomes more digital, snipers like Häyhä may seem archaic relics. But his story persists, because it is not just about killing, but also endurance, identity, and the strange, haunting intimacy between man, rifle, and history. In the endless snow of Karelia, the White Death once lay silent, watching. Time has melted the snow, buried the battles, and silenced the guns. But the legend of Simo Häyhä lingers. A reminder that even in the vast machinery of war, one man in stillness can change the course of history. This was Fata Morgana. Subscribe, reflect, and remember, history is never silent. It whispers, if we choose to listen.